Pomodoro Technique sucks for game development, and here's why. So, you know the Pomodoro Technique, right? It's that technique where you work for 25 minutes and then you rest for 5, and then you do that over and over again until you take a bigger rest of like 15 minutes. Now, this can work great for studying and other types of work, but for game development, I don't quite like it. If it works for you, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not here to take away your Pomodoro Technique if you like how it works. However, for game development and programming and stuff like that, I really dislike how it impacts your focus, how it impacts your concentration. So flow states. Flow states are a type of mindset, state, situation your brain gets in when you're doing something difficult, but not too difficult for like your skill level. It's often expressed as like a graph that I'll put on screen. It's like kind of thing where you're like in this middle zone, and that's like the flow state. This can be very helpful for game development, especially in programming, especially when you're programming. That's the biggest thing for me. I really need to be just going and going and going and going and going. Whenever I'm not in a flow state while programming, I kind of lose track of all the different elements of my code and how they work together, which is why it doesn't work great for the Pomodoro Technique. Doesn't work great for game development because you can't get into the flow state in like 25 minutes chunks, or you might just about get in one and then you have to stop because your timer went off. Task switching is something that also bothers me about the Pomodoro Technique, since task switching has been shown in studies to diminish your focus for 20 minutes after you switch to like a very small task. I've actually heard of a study where they let people do 2 tasks. Either someone just completes the task, one task and then the next, or they let the people switch back and forth between the tasks. It took like 2 or 3 times longer if you task switch compared to if you just do them one at a time. Like if you're really programming and like doing lots of productive stuff from 3D modeling or whatever, and then you go into going on a walk, you will have completely gone into like a different thought direction from where you were before, and that kind of messes up your brain. So here's what I do instead of the Pomodoro Technique. Instead of focusing and then unfocusing and focusing and unfocusing, I do deep work. This is a book I'm currently reading. Just started, so I don't know. I don't know what's exactly in it, but I've heard other people talk about it, and I've kind of implemented that. So I work for 1 to 2 hours on my game each morning right after getting up. I immediately work on my game, and then after that, I turn on my phone and go on social media and check all the things I have to check for my work and stuff like that. And then I have completely a wiped brain the first bit of work that day. Studies have shown that people can do deep work for max 4 hours. I don't feel like I can do that yet. Most people apparently can do like 1 hour, do 1 hour of like productive work. Like if you were to completely remove all the distractions from someone's workday, they probably do about 1 hour of work if they were to like completely focus, you know? I feel like, why would you work for 8 hours in a day if you can just really focus and do the best work you can for a couple hours, and then for the rest of the day you will recover and make YouTube videos like this one? So the main advantage of deep work is that it saves you so much time. You don't get all the little distractions and the little stuff you do in between. You don't check your phone. You don't do anything else that isn't your work. I generally turn off my phone as soon as I start or like the previous day, because I do it in the morning. That really helps me stay focused while working, since, as I said before, that one little distraction actually costs you 20 minutes of like actual work. Now, how do you go about doing this deep work? So I've already covered it a little bit, but what I like to do is completely turn off my phone, close all the tabs I don't need. I generally close Steam too, because I like to check the community tab. Just anything that you notice distracts you, completely remove it, close it. Just make sure you don't go on it. This has really helped me to focus and stay on the topic I'm supposed to be working on. I also like to personally remove task switching as much as possible. So if I have several programming tasks that day, I tend to group those together so I kind of stay in the code mindset. So another thing you might want to consider while doing your deep work is cutting out music. So music is nice, but it also has been shown in studies to reduce your focus. So if you enjoyed this video, please buy my game Open Fishing XL. I'm the sponsor of this video, I suppose. It's pretty cool. It's a fishing game. It's open world. I really try my best to make it better and better and better in early access. Leave a like, subscribe, yada yada yada. Share this with a friend if they do work on games too. Thank you very much for watching all the way through this video. Goodbye.